So in today's video, we are going to be going over the top 5 class setups of Vanguard, and these are updated as well because there have been some tuning changes done to some weapons, and all of these class setups are pretty much up to date. So if you guys do enjoy the content, do me a favor and hit the like button. It shows me that I'm doing something right, and you guys will be able to get the same kind of content if I see the feedback is good. And make sure to subscribe to make your way back to the channel. Join Turbo Nation today, make it visual, and let's get on with the video. All right, so starting off with the STG-44, I would say that this is one of the most popular assault rifles in Vanguard right now, especially since there are attachments that you can put on it that will make it an optimized 3-shot kill. And with certain attachments, you can actually lower that TTK and make it as fast as possible. So if you don't know, TTK stands for time to kill. So with certain attachments that do have increases to their damage as well as their fire rate, it's going to alter the TTK. So you could be going up against somebody with the same exact class setup, but if that person does not have the fire rate barrels or damage mags, then you're going to win that gunfight, plain and simple. So that's one thing to, take in mind with this class setups that is very, very important in Vanguard. You got to kill your opponent as fast as you possibly can. The TTK is just way too fast. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so for the first attachment, we're going to go with the Mercury Silencer to stay as stealthy as we possibly can, as well as that recoil control. So this is a 2-for-1, definitely a very solid attachment. Next up, we got the barrel. So with the barrel, you have a few different choices, and if you're unsure which barrel to use, definitely check out my STG-44 focused video talking about the different barrels and how they affect your TTK. So, like I was saying earlier, some of these barrels are going to affect your TTK, most notably the Rapid. Actually, the Rapid is really the only one that's going to affect your TTK here because it does increase your fire rate. So you pretty much have a couple choices. You can either go with the 760mm or the 𝗧𝗏𝗥 220mm. So if you're not really comfortable controlling recoil, then you got to go with the 760mm. All right, but if you really want to take advantage of a faster TTK, go with the 220. Like I said, I do have a separate video talking about this exact topic. Now for the optic, you can use whatever you want to. You could go with the slate reflector, or you can simply pick another attachment that is going to help out with your recoil control. It's all really up to you. Now for the stock, we're going with the VDD34S weighted, and again, this is just to help out with that recoil control. So we are really going to need that recoil control because we're going to be using the 30 Russian short 30-round magazine. So we're going to get into that in a little bit. All right, next up, we do have the proficiency focus perk. You can use whatever you want to here, but I'm all about accuracy and getting your shots off on target. So that's why I'm using focus. Kit is fully loaded. This is also optional. I would like to have as much ammo as possible, especially with the fact that we're only using 30 rounds. This is only going to help your cause. Rear grip, we're going with the pine tar grip. Ammo is going to be the lengthened for bullet velocity. You can use whatever you want to here, but I feel like bullet velocity is definitely important in Vanguard, especially with the larger maps. You do want your shots to hit a little bit faster and make sure they're a lot more instant. Now, lastly, we've got the Carver foregrip. Again, this is to help out control that recoil. Now, really quick about the Russian short 30-round magazines. So this is what is going to change the TTK on the STG. Also, this is going to make it a 3-shot kill. Without it, it's going to be a 4-shot. So you definitely need this 30-round magazine because, as you can see, it increases your damage here to 41. So this is going to be a 3-shot kill if you use it. Whereas if you were to use any of these other magazines, you are not going to get that 3-shot kill, with the exception of the 30 Russian short 20-round mag. Obviously, why would you use this one when you can get 30 rounds and the same exact result? All right, so that's about it for the STG-44 class setup. A very popular gun in my opinion. It's literally one of the first guns you use in the game. Now for the secondary, this is optional. Use whatever you want to here. Perks. Now I'm only going to go over my perks, lethal and tacticals, just once because it's literally the same ones that I use for every single class setup. So for the perks, we're using Ghost, Forward Intel, and Scavenger. I would mainly say Ghost and Forward Intel are a staple because it's going to help you stay alive. You can't be seen on the radar by the UAVs. Forward Intel, it will literally tell you where the enemies are spawning in from. So that's just going to help you decide which part of the map you need to push, and it just really helps out in that aspect. Lethal, you can use whatever you want, but I like using the Gammon Bomb. Tactical, I'm going to be using Stim Shot to help me recover my health as fast as I possibly can. Now, for the next class setup, we're going to go with the MP40. So the MP40 is an absolute amazing SMG for a multitude of reasons. It's got a lot of great movement, handling, mobility. Also, the recoil control is fairly manageable as well. So this is going to be great on smaller maps, fast-paced maps such as Shipment. So this is going to help out as well. And also, this class setup is the fastest killing MP5 class setup. Again, we're going to go over those attachments. The muzzle, we're going to use the Mercury Silencer. Barrel is going to be the 𝗧𝗏𝗥 317mm 04B. And then we're going to go with the stock of the 𝗧𝗏𝗥 33mm folding so we can get better sprint to fire speed as well as movement speed. Again, this is an SMG. We're using it up close and personal, and in those type of situations, we do want to have a better mobility. So that's why we're using that attachment. Now, proficiency, you can use whatever you want to, but I'm a stealthy player, so I like using unmarked because every single kill that you get, it will help make your footsteps a lot more silent. So that just helps your cause in being as stealthy as possible. Fully loaded for the kit, stippled grip for the rear grip. Magazine is going to be the 8mm कर्z 32 round magazines. Again, this is essential to this class setup. This is going to make it a 2-shot kill. So if you guys don't know, the damage is the reason why this is going to make the MP5 a 2-shot kill, and well worth using in my opinion, because you're literally going to be melting opponents, and it is absolutely awesome on shipment. I did drop a V2 on that map, so if you guys want to see that gameplay as well as a more detailed look at the class setup and attachments, make sure to check out that video. Now for the ammo type, I am using hollow point. So hollow point is going to increase that limb damage. So like I said, there's a more detailed video showing how this is a 2-shot kill, so make sure to check that out. But hollow point and 8mm कर्z 32 round magazines is exactly what you need. Now for the underbarrel, we're going to be using the M19 41 hand stop. All right, and here's the rest of my class setup, and with the exception of this one, the survival training perk is just only because I was playing on shipment, but if I'm not playing on shipment, I'm going to replace that with ghost. All right, now moving on to the Automaton. So the Automaton is definitely a meta weapon in my opinion. It literally has no damage range drop off. The TTK is exceptionally well, and I have a detailed video going over all the stats and ranking the assault rifles by their base TTK. Make sure to check out that video as well. Now for the Automaton, you don't really need too much recoil control attachments with this gun. Instead, you need attachments that's going to help out with your mobility. So for the muzzle, we're going to use the recoil booster. Now with this one, it's going to increase that fire rate. And again, like I said, any attachment that increases your fire rate is going to make your TTK faster. So that's why you definitely need those attachments if you want to take advantage of that. Now for the barrel, we're going to use the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗢 short. This is going to help increase our damage. That is why we're using it. Now for the optic slate reflector, obviously you can use whatever you want to. Stock is going to be the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗙 padded. So this one's going to help out with accuracy as well as flinch resistance. But like I said, you can use whatever you want to if you find these other two attachments worth using for your playstyle. Now for proficiency, I really like the spotter because clarity on maps is really tough, especially on maps that are like have like a brown or you know, a light brown tint to it. It's really hard to see opponents from a distance, but with this spotter proficiency, you're going to be able to see the enemy name tags right above where the enemy's at, even if you don't even really see the person there. So this is very helpful. So it will just help you make better decisions when trying to decide which way to push the map. Now for the kit, we're using fully loaded. Rear grip is going to be a polymer grip. Magazine is the 50 round magazine here. So this one is also very important. Another great attachment here is that this is going to increase that damage. So this is great. We got the barrel as well as the magazine that's going to increase the damage, which will ultimately make this a melt machine. Now ammo type is going to be lengthened. All right, next up we have the Type 100, another personal favorite for me while I'm using an SMG. This is great for people who just want a gun that's just point and shoot, not really too much skill involved, if you want to say, in controlling recoil, because the recoil on this gun is really easy to control, even easier than the MP40. So this should definitely be an option for you. Muzzle, we're using the Mercury silencer. Barrel is going to be the 134mm rapid barrel to increase that fire rate. We don't need an optic on it. I actually really like the iron sights on this one, which is why I do consider it a very meta weapon in my opinion. Top 5 for sure. Now for stock, it's going to be the skeletal stock to help out with the sprint to fire speed as well as movement speed. Again, this is an SMG. It's meant for close range engagements. Now for proficiency, you have a couple of options here. You can use gung ho or you can use sleight of hand. Now the reason why we're not using vital is because this was actually nerfed recently, so this one is pretty much going to be useless now. So I would definitely either go with gung ho depending on how small the map is, or go with sleight of hand. So these are all pretty good choices. Oh, also the unmarked. If you want to stay stealthy, you know, these three are definitely some good options to use. Now for the kit, I'm using fully loaded. Rear grip is fabric grip. All right, next up we got the magazine, and we're going to be using the Russian short 30 round magazine simply because it increases our damage. Another essential attachment here that's going to alter that TTK. Now for the ammo type, you can use hollow point if you want to. You can use lengthened if you want to, or incendiary. You know, it's all really personal preference here. But personally, if I wasn't using hollow point, I'd probably go with lengthened or incendiary. Now next up, we got the Carver foregrip just to give us that insurance when we're in gunfights to help out with our recoil control. All right, last but not least, we got the AS44. The time to kill on this class setup is absolutely insane, and it also does have a really fast TTK. Again, make sure to check out my individual videos talking about these class setups if you guys want to see more stats regarding these guns. Muzzle is going to be the Mercury Silencer. Barrel is going to be the 𝗪𝗧𝗏𝗔𝗠 𝗪𝗔𝐻. Stock is going to be the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗕𝗀. Sleight of hand, we're going to use Proficiency. Kit is going to be fully loaded. Fabric grip for rear grip. And for the magazine, 30 round magazine again for that damage. And then for the ammo type, again, it's optional. You can use whatever you want to. You can use hollow point, incendiary, or you can go with lengthened. You know, those are all pretty solid options. Underbarrel is going to be the M1941 hand stop. Now, one little quick PSA that I do have to say about this class setup is that you might struggle with the recoil control because the base AS44 as is, it's already hard to control that recoil. But with these attachments that increase the fire rate as well as your damage, it's going to be incredibly hard to control the recoil with the AS44. So with these attachments, you definitely need to test it out for yourself, see if you like it. If you don't, then make sure to remove maybe like the barrel. Removing the barrel is going to help you out in controlling that recoil. Now, also one other thing you have to know about the AS44 is while yes, it does kill your enemies faster, you have to be aware that this is mainly for use in close quarters, like maybe short to medium ranges, because once you extend that out to long range gunfights, you're going to have a hard time controlling that recoil. So it is definitely rewarding if you are able to hit your shots, but for most people, this might not be a class that they would probably use all the time. So this one is just great for melting opponents up close and personal. Very good and fun and very rewarding gun to use. All right, and last but not least, let's talk about the field upgrade that I personally use that I find to be the most helpful. So I use Dead Drop. So this allows us to keep our kill streak count even after we die. You pretty much just pop it before you're about to get another streak and you think that you are gonna die. That way you have that insurance of respawning based on that same exact kill streak count. So this adds a lot of insurance to your gameplay and it ensures that you will be able to call in all your kill streaks. All right, and that's about it for my top 5 class setups in Vanguard. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And make sure to subscribe if you are new around here. Join Turbo Nation today, make it official. Check out my other videos as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Yo, if you guys are always on your computer all day or you like to game for long sessions, definitely check out GamerAdvantage.com for these blue light blocking glasses. Quite literally the best blue light glasses that you can ever find on the market. Make sure to check out GamerAdvantage.com and just learn more about it, man. There's so many benefits to keeping your eyes nice and healthy. You won't feel that strain at the end of the day, and you'll go to sleep like a baby at the end of the day, and that's the best part. You won't feel tired at all. Definitely check out GamerAdvantage.com. Use code TURBO at checkout.